Bernstein has been nothing but great to me throughout my trials. I mean, it's 5 years into this car accident, and they never gave up on me, never. And in everything, they fought for me, and I am so proud to tell everyone, don't even wink for a moment. Use Spar and Bernstein. My lawyer here, Mr. Barack, has been a cage animal. He wanted to go on trial, but thank God we settled out of court, and it was something that I'm very, very happy about. So everyone, I'm telling you, I'm not just making stories up. You have to use this law firm. Spar and Bernstein is the best, worldwide best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hello!
Hello!
Big smile on your face there, huh?
Hello!
All is well?
All is well. What are you doing with the camera? Where should I go? Right here? Good? All is well here in New York. How is the wellness happening in Jamaica?
How do you know I'm in Jamaica? Because of the background,
you're standing behind your wooden mirror that I know is in the living room of your mini mansion in Kingston.
Minnie's right.
Yes, the mini mansion, right? Very tiny.
Minnie is right.
The smallest house you can call a mansion, yet still call it a mansion.
Yep.
Right?
Yep, trying to fit the Matchbox car. Yeah. So what's up? What's happening in New York, man?
It's cold.
Jamaica is fine.
It's cold here.
Live from 2 countries.
Everything is wonderful here. We missed you yesterday very, very much. It was not the same without you on the show. It was not. I walked into your office after the show to have a conversation with you. Nope, you weren't there. I walked down the hall. You weren't there. I went to your favorite restaurant to maybe look for you there. Nope, you weren't there. No squeeze anywhere.
You're like, what?
I said, where did this guy go?
I was missed, man.
You were very missed.
You know, it's good to know I was missed.
At least,
I really. It's good to know that. It's good to hear that.
At least 6 people came to me yesterday who came through the office that I saw and said, hey, caught your show. What happened to Squeeze? And I said, I don't know. I said, that last cartoon character right before a show starts where you're like, go like this? I don't know.
Well, we have to create that website. Where in the world is Squeeze?
Where in the world? We're going to do that. We're going to do that. But in the meantime, welcome back to your own show. And you seem to be in a very jolly mood today. Is it because
I am in a very jolly mood?
Is it because Christmas is around the corner, or Thanksgiving is this week, or is it because something good is happening in your life that maybe a wish came true for you?
Yeah.
What is it that's happening that you have this big smile?
You want to know? You want to know the truth?
Tell me.
I'm just very happy to be back on the show.
Is that what it is?
That's exactly what it is.
Right.
I'm very happy to be back right here.
Good. You want to know
what's happening?
You want to know who's unhappy?
A lot of stuff happening.
You want to know who's unhappy? Haitians. Haitians are very.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Haitians, you sent it to me last night, as a matter of fact, when it came out.
Yep.
Haitians are very, very unhappy. The Trump administration said on Monday. Well, I'll tell you the good news. By the way, I feel like my head. Should I just lower my seat, maybe? 1 second. Watch what I'm going to do.
Yeah, good.
Watch what I'm going to do.
How do you do it? Oh, because you want us to be on equal.
Yeah, we should be on equal, right? Yeah, I just lowered my seat. How's that? So
that's good.
I feel very low now. I like being higher up. It's like driving higher up in a truck. But okay, I did it. So it's actually when I saw it, I said, okay, not bad, because 6 months ago he said he was ending the Haitian TPS program this December and wasn't sure whether he was going to extend it or not. And immigration attorneys like myself were under the impression that it's over for Haitians as of December. He extended it 18 more months. My hope is that after they deal with their tax thing this year, that they get to immigration next year, and as part of a bipartisan package, because the only way that immigration is going to pass is bipartisan. You're not going to get, the Tea Party conservatives to agree to anything. But Trump has in the past gone across the aisle for immigration and done something bipartisan. So, or at least claimed he is going to. So, they've given Haitians another 18 months. It's given them a lot of anxiety, obviously. They say there's 60,000 people with TPS from Haiti. I think that's a really low number. I would say it's hundreds and hundreds of thousands. But what do I know? Because I just go, what do I say? I know a lot. But
you should know. You're an immigration attorney.
I said I know a lot, but I didn't go around and do a census on them. The government says it's 60,000, and that seems to me to be a very low number. I would say, because I've done thousands and thousands of Haitians with TPS, so I can't be that, 20% of the TPS population came through my office. That's crazy. So just from my own logic, I would say that there's more than 60,000 people, that the government lowballs those numbers. But what's going to happen is if they do force 60,000 or 100,000 Haitians back to Haiti, what's going to happen is Haiti can't absorb them. Where is Haiti going to put these people? It is going to be a humanitarian crisis, the likes of which, a major humanitarian crisis, the likes of which you will never see. Okay? It'll be 60,000, 100,000 people going home with their U.S. citizen children, homeless, penniless, nowhere to make a living, nowhere to earn a living. Where is Haiti? There's no services in Haiti to absorb not only the 60,000 people who have the TPS, but what about their children? They're not going to leave their children behind here who are born here. They're bringing their U.S. citizen children back. You're talking about absorbing hundreds of thousands of people. Hundreds of thousands. Several 100,000 people in the poorest country in the world. It's not saying you're going back to a poor country. You're going back to the poorest country in the world. So, I believe, hopefully that, over the next 18 months that they will come to some sort of consensus to allow those Haitians who have been here, Donald Trump, or I don't know if we have the quote here or not, but I read a quote, whether it was Donald Trump or somebody else. I don't have the quote here, but it was Donald Trump or somebody from Department of Homeland Security that said, because TPS has been happening since 2010, so 7-8 years. And they said, well, it was never meant to be a permanent program for people. But you know what? Guess what? The government made it a permanent program. You can't tell people, go live here, go buy your house, go start a family, go get a job, go pay taxes, go become members of our society and our community, and then literally, basically, we're going to get to
time's up.
Time's up. It's checkout time. Exactly. Checkout time was at 12 o'clock.
Right.
You can't do that to people, especially when they have family here and U.S. citizen children, and then send them back to the most impoverished country in the world. We're not saying you're sending you back to a country that maybe not is in the same league as the United States. It's saying we're sending you back to the poorest place in the world, somewhere that has no services to provide for anybody, that can barely take care of, they can't take care, actually not barely, they can't take care of their own people. And now you're going to, what services is Haiti going to provide these people?
Everyone deserves the American dream.
I don't know. Crazy. Okay.
It is sickening.
Yes. In news for the producers of the Brad and Squeeze show, Squeeze. Okay.
Yep. Here we go.
The FCC plans a total repeal of net neutrality, which means that the producers of the Brad and Squeeze show, aka USA Credit Repair, and the law offices of Spar and Bernstein may actually have to pay to put our content on. Right now, it is free.
Nobody listens to Squeeze.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Remember what I was telling you?
Thank you very much, Donald Trump. If this goes through, that pumpkin the pumpkin with the orange hair is coming out, and we're sticking it right here until we get back net neutrality. Right there, that pumpkin. Okay, and I'm going to write a little note, like a little thing on the side of the pumpkin. It's going to say, "We want net neutrality," and I'm going to put Donald Trump's hairpiece right on it. That's horrible.
I don't want to tell you what I'm going to draw in his cheekbones.
Because you know what happens when there's no net neutrality? That means people will not get to be able to see what they want to see. It will be huge U.S. corporations, huge U.S. corporations deciding what you see on the internet. It is one of the most destabilizing things, not only for democracy, not only for freedom of speech, but it's going to narrow your choices of what you can see, view, and do on the internet.
Well, let me ask you a question, Brad. So what do you think about AT&T making a bid for Time Warner?
I think that Republicans are very pro-business. And the reason why the U.S. Justice Department has decided that this is a monopoly is simply because Trump hates CNN. I think it is totally politically motivated. Yep. I think if CNN was not part of this merger, we would not be seeing anything near the craziness. AT&T and Comcast they'd already be in bed together and married. And Donald Trump would say, "Look, I'm such a great president. Look, I brought these companies together." But because he doesn't like CNN, he's really giving it to him. That's my opinion. Although they're claiming you know what antitrust is? It goes back.
Right.
All right. It goes back
all the way to Bob Bell days and all that.
It goes back to Teddy Roosevelt. And Teddy Roosevelt, in the history of the United States, quickly for 30 seconds, in the early 1900s, there were very few companies. The Rockefellers, the Carnegies, all the wealth was concentrated in very few hands. And as a result of that, Teddy Roosevelt ran on that we got to break up these monopolies,
all the robber barons,
and because because there's no competition in America, and he literally broke up all of the companies. Standard Oil was basically the only oil company you could. That was the Rockefellers. So he broke up all of these companies to give competition. And that's where the term monopoly came from, the Monopoly Board and everything else. And now it's ingrained in law that you can't just be one company and control that entire particular industry. I don't think Comcast and A&T controls the entire telecommunications industry. Far from it. But I think Trump is
far from it.
Yeah, but I think Trump is using it just to get back at CNN. My 2 cents.
He is, definitely.
Right.
That's the kind of guy he is.
I have a lot of news here, but I think we better get to immigration. We got a lot to go.
Yeah. 1-800-529-5465. A lot in the news today. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. The Brad and Squeeze Show. I am back. I'm fired up. I'm ready. I'm pumped. SMG, social media guru, stand by. We're coming at you with questions from our Facebook page at David Squeeze Annakie. And of course, Brad H. Bernstein, law office of Spar, Bernstein, and now my favorite page, the Brad and Squeeze page. So make sure you post your questions there. My favorite page is the Brad and Squeeze page. You notice I've been trying to build up my my following even more with my little posts. I noticed.
Yes,
I haven't seen you post anything lately. What's up with that?
I've been a little bit on hiatus. It's called being busy. Okay, but I will be posting back shortly. I have not posted in a while on Instagram or Facebook or anything, but we have our show stuff still popping up. By the way, I noticed that you have two beautiful Asian women behind you. Do they have names? Who are these people that are standing behind you? If you take a far picture back, there's two Asian women standing behind Squeeze.
Yeah.
We can't see that right now.
Yeah, those are Buddha statues.
Those are Buddha statues.
Yeah.
Okay. There you are. Are you a Buddha? But you're a Christian, but also you could be a Christian and also be a Buddhist, because Buddhas don't actually. It's not really a god, or maybe it is. I'm not sure. Maybe you can't be a Buddhist and a Christian. I take that back.
You can't be a Buddhist. It can't be a Buddhist and a Christian.
You can't be a Buddhist and a Christian. But it's because you cannot. Is it Buddhist has a different? Maybe Hindu has no God. One of them has no God, and it's just more spirituality.
I don't know enough.
I don't know enough about it either. All right, let's go to immigration. That's what I do know. Okay. Maybe somebody can tell us this.
How many lines you got open?
I've got 10 open lines. We got Crystal waiting for 11 minutes from New Orleans. Tony waiting for 10 minutes from Florida. Crystal.
Crystal from New Orleans.
Crystal.
Hi.
Crystal. And Jill says both are religions, so what do I know? Okay. Crystal.
Yeah.
Crystal, I don't hear you.
Crystal.
I don't hear Crystal.
Crystal.
Crystal?
Yeah, Crystal came on and then she's breaking up.
Crystal. Knock, knock.
One moment.
Knock, knock.
Hi, Brad.
There she is. I was just a knock, knock. I just had to, How are you, Crystal?
I'm great. You guys?
How are you? Wonderful. How is?
I gotta say, please speak the best.
Well, you're breaking up, Crystal. Crystal's breaking up.
What do you gotta say, Crystal?
All right. My mom. You guys hearing?
Now we hear you.
All right. So my mom, she's looking forward to do her interview. I say probably January. Can my stepdad file for me even though I'm not 21 as yet?
Your stepdad should file for you before you're 21 because if he files for you after 21, you're going to wait a long time. Let him file before you're 21 as long as the marriage happened before you were 18. If the marriage happened after you're 18, your stepdad can never file for you whether you're 31, 51, or 15.
Well, actually, they married 4 days after I was 18.
Then your mom totally screwed up, royally, like beyond belief. She couldn't move up her marriage. She couldn't move up her marriage 1 week so she could include you on her case. That's crazy. All right, now you got to figure out a different way. That's just unacceptable to mom. I'm sorry, mom. Unacceptable. Yeah. I'm calling her out. That's totally unacceptable.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and then she's going to say, "I didn't know." You should know. Learn before you do things. I'm really upset. I get upset when these things, because it was 4 days. You could have got married 4 days earlier. You'd have a green card.
Oh, my.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. You need help. We got to figure out a way to help you. I don't have it. You know what I'm saying? And then I bet you mom's going to call up if mom is listening, and she's going to say, "I didn't know." That's fine, but you want to know what? You got to know. You got to find out.
What are you going to? You're going to give her ignorance is no exception to the law?
Ignorance is not an exception to the law. Exactly. You owe it to yourself to find out what you need to do.
Especially when anything with immigration comes up. You should actually research that. And word to the wise out there, you're listening to the Brad and Squeeze show. If you're going to get married, if you're going to get a job, if you're going to do all these things, make sure, please call the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. Find out. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to another call.
Squeeze, ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is ignorance. And a lot of times you don't know I don't know everything. And you know what I do? I go to Google, I go to books, I read, I ask people, I call people who do know. There's many things on a daily basis I go through in life I don't know the answers to. And instead of saying, I actually go and find the answer.
Instead of saying,
right, I go and find the answer. So ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is being ignorant. And quite frankly, I just find it unacceptable, when a girl like Crystal, she sounds like she's 19 or 20 years old, whatever it is, and her mom gets married to a U.S. citizen, right? She's probably been here for a while, and her mom gets married to a U.S. citizen, and had the marriage occurred the week earlier, she would be sitting here getting a green card instead of calling our show right now to find out how I can be helped. And there's I don't care what the mom says, you could have gotten married a week earlier. You could have figured out how to do it.
That's true.
So ignorance is not an excuse.
Right,
and let me tell you this, Squeeze, because you're in the entertainment business. Okay? Not that anybody's ever accused you of anything.
Yep.
Okay, but being an entertainer doesn't give you carte blanche to grab women. Doesn't give you carte blanche to do it. Just remember that. What?
No, it does not.
It does not.
It's not Harvey Weinstein.
Right. I'm just saying, people use excuses. It's not an excuse to say, "Oh, I was doing." You know who also should leave the Senate? Al Franken. I'm
not an excuse.
I will call them both out on Republican and Democrat. He should leave. Okay. It's not funny. All right. He said, "Oh, I was just trying to be funny." Well, you know what? There's lots of ways to be funny without sexually harassing people. All right, so let's go. You don't do that. Let's go to Tony in Florida. Tony.
Tony, sounds like you're on the beach.
Tony took a dive in the water. He'll be back in a few minutes. All right, so let's go to Rudy in Jersey City. Rudy.
Hey, Brad, good morning. How you doing?
How are you?
Fine, thank you, Brad. I got a question. Can you explain what's the difference between the I-601 waiver and the I-601A waiver?
Yep. They're both waivers. They are both to overcome denials for a green card. The difference is the I-601 is done after an interview. The I-601A is a provisional waiver that's done before an interview, before you leave the United States, before you go home. So it's just different. It's the same waiver done differently procedurally depending on what your posture is in your case. So, for example, if you go for an adjustment interview here in the United States and they deny you for misrepresentation, you're going to do an I-601. If you say, my mom has filed for me and I want to go home to pick up my green card, but I don't want to get a 10-year bar, then you do an I-601A, which is the provisional waiver. You do that here before you leave and come back.
That covers the fraud waiver also?
No. 601A does not cover the fraud waiver. It just covers the unlawful presence. So if you need a fraud waiver as well if you go home, you're going to be doing two waivers. You're going to do a 601A before you leave for the 10-year bar. You're going to go to the U.S. Embassy. You're going to be denied. And then you're going to do a 601 for fraud at the U.S. Embassy. Now, in theory, and we say in theory, if you get the 601A provisional waiver approved, you should also get the fraud waiver approved because it's the same threshold, extreme hardship, extreme and unusual hardship to your family. It's the same exact threshold, except it's two different forms being reviewed by two different people. So one person may say, yes, there's hardship, and the next person may say, no, there's not. It's like two judges coming to a conclusion on the same facts, two different ways. So, you got to be very careful if you're going to need a fraud waiver too, because you could get stuck back home. Hold on 1 second. 1-800-SQUEEZE.
1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. It's the Brad and Squeeze Show live at 9, live at noon. Make sure you check us out, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why Brad... I am?
Yes, you are frozen on the screen. You are like you are like one of your Buddhas behind you.
I'm in a warm country.
We're in
a warm country.
Yes, you're in a warm country, and it looks like you are frozen. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop Squeeze, call him back while I take this call from Will. Will.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. My brother's in Jamaica, and he went down, but he's supposed to come back up in about a week or two. But he had a domestic violence case, so he just called me to tell me to ask you guys, would it be a problem for him coming back?
Well, he's got to come back no matter what. But if he's been found guilty of a domestic violence case, he's inadmissible. He can be held and deported. So he better be calling us before he travels back, so he knows what to do.
No, the case was dismissed. He's in Miami.
If it was dismissed, then he has no problem.
Oh, because he said something about nolly pros.
It was null prosecution, then it was dismissed.
Okay, so got no problem.
And he's got no problem then.
All right.
Welcome back, Squeeze.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened.
I freeze when I'm in Jamaica?
As soon as we start talking about Donald Trump, all of a sudden we seem to have problems. Everything gets squeezed. What's up with that?
Yep.
You think he's watching? You think he's watching?
You ever get this feeling that Donald is watching?
Yeah. Can you imagine he's watching? And
you know that old song? I always feel like somebody's watching me.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You remember that song?
Yeah. Like, can you imagine?
Donald Trump is.
Can you imagine he's watching and like all of a sudden he's like, Squeeze is talking about me. Freeze him.
Yep.
All right.
Go after him. Check out his taxes. Check out what's going on.
Yes. Call the IRS immediately. Do an audit.
Yeah, audit that sucker. That sucker needs to be audited.
Squeeze is like, Carmella!
I need that tax attorney from Spar, Carmella now.
All right.
Anyway, that reminds me.
What?
The full service law firm Spar and Bernstein. I got to remind them about it. And Carmella, we had a show last week, and she was going over some miraculous things that she have done for some people where she has helped them with the offer and compromise. So if you've got tax issues, make sure you call the law office of Spar and Bernstein at 1-800-LAW-LINK, the same number that you call to get on the air. It's the same number that you call to get the tax attorney, the personal injury attorney, the criminal defense attorney, and of course the immigration attorney. And make sure that you check it out. All right? Let's go to another call, Brad.
Junior in Brooklyn. Junior
and BK.
Hey, what's good, man? Hello?
What's happening?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
All right. I got a quick question. I got two brothers that resides in Guyana.
Right.
And my mom actually put in for them since 2015. What happened? She received a letter of, she made the payment and everything, So I just want to know exactly.
How old are your brothers? How old are your brothers?
All right. They're both 20. One is 28 and the next one like 35.
All right. They're going to be waiting another 6 years. Don't sell any homes. Don't quit your jobs yet. Your mom put it in 2015. They're only in 2011. 5 more years.
Oh, okay.
Got some time.
All right.
Got some time. Hang in there. All right. Let's go to Sean in Brooklyn. Sean.
Yes, Mr. Brad Bernstein.
Mr. Sean from Brooklyn. What's up?
Nothing, man. Big up yourself, man. Wagwan squeeze.
Wagwan squeeze. Sean wants to know Wagwan. Squeeze is frozen again.
Wagwan. You got to say it slowly, Brad.
Wagwan. Squeeze is frozen. Is it your internet connection down there in Jamaica, Squeeze? You got to fix it.
I don't know what it is, man.
Yeah, you're frozen. You're frozen on our screen. There you are. Wagwan. Sean, what's up?
Please. Not much, man. Just quick question. I got my 2-year green card right now. I'm supposed to change my status like next year to get my 10-year.
Right.
What form should I file to adjust my
I-751.
I-751. And that's something that I necessarily need a lawyer to do.
You need a lawyer every time you go to immigration. That's my opinion, but you're asking a lawyer. Okay.
Okay.
But to each his own. I would tell you, statistically, people who have lawyers get through. People who don't have lawyers have a much lower statistical percentage of getting through. It is a known scientific fact. They've done studies on it.
Right.
And you're listening to a good lawyer, so probably my stats are
I
probably on.
I listen to you guys. I know. I listen to you guys every day.
All right, so hold on 1 second if you need help. All right, so Squeeze.
Yeah, and that reminds me, man. A lot of people are out there. You don't necessarily have to call and ask your questions on the air, especially if you know you're going to retain the law firm. Just call and book your appointments. We got a great personnel there. We got Fiona there. She'll set up your appointments to see Brad one of 6 days out of the week. So make sure you call 1-800-529-5465 and say, yeah, I love Brad and Squeeze, but I want to book my appointment. What you were about to say, Brad.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you have questions right now and you're shy like Squeezes, okay, and you don't, you're shy, you don't know how to talk, or you do want to talk, but you're scared to say, you can go right now on Facebook, because we're going to go to our social media queen in about 30 seconds. You can go right now on Facebook on the Brad and Squeeze Show, or on Law Offices of Spar and Bernstein on Facebook, or on Brad H. Bernstein on Facebook, or David Squeeze Annakie, or LinkUP Media, or USA Credit Repair, or Jamrock Magazine, all of our Facebook pages right now. Leave your immigration questions. We're going to go to the rapid fire round with our social media queen. She's going to read off some questions. Mr. Squeeze in Jamaica hopefully will be reading off some questions as well. And we're going to push through as many rapid fire questions as we can right now. He's got his glasses on. Where is our social media queen? There she is. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you guys this morning?
Wonderful. You have the volume working right at the beginning. We love it. We finally got our technical difficulties all sorted out. Social media queen, I'd like you to meet Mr. Squeeze in Jamaica. I don't know if you've had the pleasure of meeting him or not.
Oh, hello, Mr. Squeeze in Jamaica. I am only familiar with the Mr. Squeeze in New York.
Yes. Because Mr. Squeeze in Jamaica, you've never met Mr. Squeeze in Jamaica. He's never invited you.
Totally different.
Right, totally different guy. Totally different guy.
Okay.
All right, we ready?
We are ready. And our very first question is from Kate, because she asked her question on the Brad and Squeeze Show page. Kate wants to know, if someone has a conditional green card, can they go ahead and file for their spouse, or do they have to remove their conditions first?
If you have a conditional green card, you got your green card through marriage. So that means you can't get divorced and then go marry somebody else and then file for them for at least 5 years from the time you got your conditional green card. So your second spouse is waiting a very long time, number one. And number two, the fact that you got married so quickly after you got a conditional green card, you got divorced, they may even question the validity of your first marriage. Kate needs a lawyer.
Kate, I was just about to say that. Kasmita on Facebook would like to know, good morning, Brad. If I lost my I-94, how can I get it back? And do I have to pay to get it back?
You go to go to Google, because Google knows everything. Google in I-94 online. The first thing that will pop up is a website that starts at dhs.gov, something I-94, something. It's a long, drawn-out website, so I don't want to give out the thing. Just go I-94 online. Make sure you go to the DHS website, which should be the first thing that pops up, and follow those instructions, and you can print out your I-94. Or if it's an old I-94, because maybe this is an old one, this is just the ones that are now electronic. If it's an old one, then you have to do what's called an I-102 for replacement. So I'm not sure which I-94 she's talking about. So if you actually got an I-94 at the airport and you lost it, then it's not going to be the I-94 online. You're going to have to do an I-102 and pay for it. Now, why do you need the I-94? If you have a stamp in your passport, that's good enough. So maybe she needs to come see me so we can figure out why she's doing an I-94 replacement to begin with. Squeeze, you have any questions? Would you like to join this conversation, Squeeze?
No, you know why? You know why? Because I'm trying to keep calm and keep cool because it's not live on my page, so I don't have any questions. It's shared. I don't know why it's shared.
Why is it not live?
Shared.
Why is it not live? We will have to talk to our social media queen.
Yeah, we have to talk to my social media people because
they shared it instead of allowing us to put it live. Maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out after. Okay, continue. Yes. Continue, please.
TC would like to know what year is in progress in the INS right now for an F2B visa.
For a what? F2B?
An F2B.
F2B. You can go to Visa Bulletin, which I'm going to do right now. And on Visa Bulletin, we can look, and it is November 22nd, 2010.
Del Rito would like to know, I'm filing my N400. I've been a permanent resident since June of 2011 and travel back and forth every 6 months. I permanently moved here in June 2015. My question is, will I be denied if I submit my form for the time spent out of country?
What form? Are you submitting for citizenship?
He's filing his N400, so yes.
The answer is you will not become a citizen until you're physically in the United States for 30 out of 60 months, no trip more than 6 months at a time. So that's the calculation. Figure that one out.
Kitty would like to know, if my husband files for me and then withdraws the paperwork, what can I do?
Not a lot unless you're an abused spouse. Get divorced and find another way.
That's so unfortunate. Denicia would like to know, my friend's mom filed for him in 2012. How long is that going to take?
If your friend's over 21, about another year.
Okay.
If your friend's under 21, why is he not here for the last 6 years? So I assume over 21.
That's
and single.
A great question.
If you're married, then longer. I'm assuming over 21 and single. Continue.
Steve would like to know, hi guys, how long do I have to wait for approval for my F1 unmarried son over age 21?
I don't know when you filed, but it's about a 6 to 7 year wait.
I'm really sorry for this name. You know how I butcher these. Babatunde.
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 Would like
Babatunde.
Babatunde, of course. Why wouldn't it be Babatunde?
Babatunde. Wasn't that Eddie Murphy's character on the train in Trading Places?
I think so.
I think so. Wasn't he? My name is Babatunde. You remember when he goes on the train?
Babatunde right now is going to kill you, Brad.
I know. I'm sorry, Babatunde.
Okay. Talking about
that. Right.
My friend was arrested and he overstayed his B1 visa and later he got married. can he file all my paperwork now or just the adjustment of status first?
How is your friend filing an adjustment for you? I don't understand that.
I'm going to go with, can his friend file all his paperwork now? Because that...
What did he get arrested for?
That does not say.
Depends what he got arrested for. We need to know more information. Depends what he was arrested for, and then I could tell him what to do. And what the final outcome of that arrest was.
Princess on Facebook would like to know, I want to do the VAWA program because I was in an abusive relationship, but I didn't make any reports with the police. Am I still eligible for VAWA?
Yeah, just because you didn't make reports doesn't mean you aren't abused. There's other ways to prove it.
Yana would like to know, my brother just had his green card expire last month. Can he still file for citizenship?
Yeah, as long as he has 5 years, 30 months in the country out of the last 60, and no trip more than 6 months. Just because your green card's expired doesn't mean you can't do citizenship.
There you go.
Squeeze, feel free to jump in.
How can I jump in when, you have
nothing?
Wanna,
Right. Well, Eton is. Do you want me? Do you want me to?
Same page.
Do you want me?
The same page that you look at is the same one that's on mine.
Do you want me? Well, why don't you ask the questions too and go back and forth and grab a couple questions too? Or if you want, when the show's over, I can go over to Eton's office and just throw his desk over.
Ethan says it's not him, but we.
Right. If you want me to, I can go right over to his desk and go boom, but throw the whole thing over. I just dropped this thing here. I can't go too wild. I can't go too wild with my hands because I just dropped all my equipment. What?
I know one good thing though. I think Kim may have gotten upgraded with some new earplugs.
Yes.
I don't see it. I don't see any wires hanging.
No wires.
Yes.
Finally, one person listened to Squeeze.
Yes, we finally got the credit card from USA Credit Repair to go buy the equipment. It was very nice. So, all right. So let's continue, Kim.
Okay. Charmaine would like to know, how long does it take for me as a U.S. citizen to file for my sister?
12, 14 years.
Colette would like to know, I've always heard that New York has a longer processing time based on the number of cases being sent in for adjustment as opposed to other states. Is that true? Probably
true. As a matter of fact, there's so many immigrants going through the court system for deportation in New York and New Jersey. They're now doing teleconferences with judges in Puerto Rico because nobody's living in Puerto Rico because of the hurricane. So the judges in Puerto Rico got nothing to do, and they're overwhelmed with cases here in New York. So they're doing teleconferences with judges in Puerto Rico.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And we've actually got one more. Slim would like to know, can a child file for parents that have overstayed?
Yes, as long as that child's over 21 and is a U.S. citizen, the answer is yes. From now on, Squeeze, I like that name, Slim. Okay, this is going to be called the Slim and Squeeze Show.
The Slim and Squeeze Show.
The Slim and Squeeze Show. I like that name. It'll make me feel slim and good. I think it's much better than Brad. From now on, just call me Slim. I like it.
We will absolutely be calling you Slim from now on.
I have a question for Slim.
That guy's an authority on immigration.
Very nice cartoon show.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, social media queen. We appreciate your time and effort. Can you get in touch with Eton and figure out why Squeeze's pages got shared instead of a direct?
We are already in touch.
At 10 o'clock, all hell's breaking loose. I promise you that. All right, thank you very much, social media queen, Kim.
You know it.
That's right. So where's my there you are. Okay. So now, Squeeze, you want to do USA Credit Repair? Our proud sponsors.
Who are those guys?
Yes.
Who are those guys?
Yeah.
Those guys. I tell you what. Right now, I want to remind everybody. Black Friday is coming up. It's that time of the year, Brad. Okay, when everybody goes out and they max the hell out of their credit card, and they already have some that's left over from last year, they haven't done anything about it, now is the time to really start taking care of your credit issues, ladies and gentlemen. And all you need to do is pick up the phone and call.
Do you take care of it before you max out your cards or after? Should you go on Black Friday, go crazy shopping, max it out, and then say, oh, I got to call USA Credit Repair? Or do you call them now and say, hey, I think I'm going to be maxing out my cards. Can I call USA Credit Repair now. Which way should it be going?
Well, this is what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to give everybody a little bit of an insight as to how you should manage your credit cards. If you go shopping this weekend, and of course, let's say your credit card is $1,000, right? And you max it out. Let's say you max it out. Make sure that you pay it down to at least 30% within 30 days. You got that, Brad?
Yep.
Because if you don't, what will happen?
I didn't hear you, Squeeze. I apologize. I just said yes, but I didn't hear you.
I said, if you don't pay it down, okay, after you maxed it to at least 30%, what will happen?
Your credit is going down. If you've used more than 30% of your credit score is going down.
Big time.
Right.
And that's what we're letting people know. Be very careful out there. You know, shop wisely. Don't just go and max the card.
Right. So then you're better off to go even pay some of the card before it's due. If
Precisely.
you can. All right. Let me give out the number right now. It's 1-800-872-7... Or I'm sorry.
You have more than one card. Or if you have more than one card, okay, use different cards. Don't max out one and leave the other one empty.
Right. Because that screws up your credit as well.
Exactly, precisely.
Very good.
No problem.
So let me give out this number. It's 1-800-872-7177. 1-800-872-7177. That is the number for USA Credit Repair. Call them right now. They guarantee you that they'll get your credit up in 90 days or your money back as long as you follow their protocol. 1-800-872-7177. 1-800-872-7177. We have a Bradjucation video, which we're going to go to right now, and then we're going to come back to your telephone calls with your immigration questions and finish up with our social media queen with more questions from Facebook. So leave your questions on Facebook, on Brad H. Bernstein, David Squeeze Annakie, USA Credit Repair, law offices of Spar and Bernstein, The Brad and Squeeze Show, as well as Jamrock Magazine and USA Credit Repair. Also, call right now, 1-800-529-5465 to get your immigration questions asked and answered, 1-800-529-5465. Let's see what our Bradjucation video of the day is, and we're going to come back to your immigration questions in just a minute.
What are some general questions that they will ask me at my green card interview?
Questions they may ask you generally on an interview, no matter what type of case you're going on, are going to involve whether or not you are admissible to the United States. Many of the avenues of questioning revolve around misrepresentation, meaning that have you ever lied to the government in prior applications or this application? They're going to ask you questions about that. They're going to ask you questions if you've ever been arrested before, and they're going to want to know about those arrests if in fact it happened, whether your arrest happened in the United States or in another country. They may ask you questions about your medical examination. If there's some inadmissible medical condition or drug abuse issue involved in your medical, but they are going to ask you questions certainly about whether or not you are otherwise admissible to the United States. All righty then. Squeeze. In Jamaica.
All righty then is right.
Let's go to Jennifer in the Bronx. Right. Jennifer in the Bronx. How are you?
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
Brad and Squeeze.
How are you? How's the Bronx treating you? How's the Bronx treating you? Cheers to the Bronx.
Very well.
Yes.
Very well,
I love the Bronx. I love it. Yeah. It's very nice.
And Squeeze does too.
Squeeze does too. That's his old hood. That's his old stomping grounds before he became rich and famous. Now he's rich and famous. He still goes back every so often. But that's his old stomping grounds. Jennifer, what can we do to help you?
Okay. My question is, I have a granddaughter who is a U.S. citizen. She has two sisters in Jamaica, one 13, one 6, by mother. Can she adopt her sisters?
She can, but she should not go to Jamaica and do an adoption because she'll never get the children here. She's over 25?
Oh, no. She's turning 22.
Okay, first of all, you can't do anything till you're over 25. That's number one. Number two, you can only bring children up here who are orphans. So that's why if you go to Jamaica and do an adoption in Jamaica, you're gonna get consent from one of the parents. That's how they're gonna do the adoption in Jamaica. That child will legally never be an orphan. So the only way to do it is to have the parents stripped of their parental rights if they're alive. And then once the parents are stripped of their parental rights, now the children have no parents. Now you can bring a child up as an orphan. So there's a process to go through. But she's still too young to do it. You have to be over 25.
Oh, because the thing about it, by the time she's 25, the oldest one, who is 13 now,
will be 16.
No.
Correct.
Yeah,
So somebody else has to adopt. We have to find different parents for these kids.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Hold on one second. 1-800-529...
1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Make sure you link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. All right, let's go to another call.
Akeem.
Hello?
How are you? Akeem?
Yes, I'm good. How are you doing, Brad?
Good. What's up?
Pick up yourself, Squeeze.
Squeeze, he says, big up yourself, Squeeze.
Okay, I came here on a visitor's visa.
Yes.
However, I was here over my 90 days, then I got married. I got my green card.
Good.
But I'll be traveling back to Jamaica with my wife for the first time.
Great.
Do you think there's anything that I should expect, or it's okay to go with my wife?
Go with your wife. Enjoy your trip. You're a green card holder. Bon voyage.
Okay.
You're all
Bon voyage.
All right.
You're all good.
Thank you. Tell Squeeze and I go visit him club when we touch.
Yeah, you're right. When you go down to Jamaica, you go visit him in Club Fiction. And he will be more than happy to say hello to you if you do the bottle service. All right? Remember that. All right? Squeeze shakes everybody's hand who does bottle service. Is that true, Squeeze?
You are right, man.
All right. Thanks. All right, cool. Enjoy your trip. All right, let's go to Tony in Destin, Florida.
Morning.
Right, Tony again, back on the beach.
Yes, Tony.
Tony on the beach.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Hello?
Tony, are you on the beach right now?
Yes, sir. You're on speaker now.
Okay. Were you on the beach?
No, I'm driving now.
You're driving now. Okay,
yes,
near a beach. He's driving near a beach, Squeeze.
Okay, I am in overstay for over a year now. And my biometrics is pending, and I have a police pulled me over driving without a license, without an American license. Can I still go ahead and do my biometrics?
Yes. Driving without a license is not a bar to getting a green card. It's not a deportable offense. It's a violation. It's not a crime. You're fine.
So I can still...
based on what you told me, you sound fine. I mean, I would have to look at the disposition to be 100% certain, but I've never seen a situation where somebody driving without a license that caused the denial of a green card. Now, I will say this. You do have to show good moral character. So if you have you were arrested 10 times for driving without a license and you continuously do it, then they may say, well, you don't have good moral character. You keep driving without a license. But it's not a deportable offense.
And even though the police took my fingerprint.
Even though the police took your fingerprint. You know what? To be certain, because I will tell you, and Squeeze will be the first to tell you, how many times people call us on the show and say, this is what happens in court, and then they come in to see us, and it's a completely different story, right, Squeeze?
Absolutely. There you go.
Yeah. So, you never know. I never know when people are, not saying you're lying to me, nobody's calling up and purposely lying, but a lot of times people don't know what happened. You think because you walked out of court that, and you didn't go to jail. Tony hung the phone up on us. Tony, listen to me, Tony. Okay?
Listen, Tony.
Okay.
Listen to Brad, Tony.
And this is for everybody out there. Just because you didn't go to jail doesn't mean you didn't commit a crime, number one. Number two, driving without a license, yeah. Okay, you know how many times people have come into me and say, it was a very simple nothing thing, driving without a license, and it turns out it wasn't driving without a license. It was a lot more serious. So I'm giving you advice based on what you are telling me. It's like playing telephone, because your lawyer said something and that's how you understood it and blah, 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 blah. Until I see the disposition, I can't tell you 100% certain, which is why you should have the consultation with us. Squeeze?
That's true.
That is true.
1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Once again, we're doing the Brad and Squeeze show. Ladies and gentlemen.
Squeeze is breaking up here, so I will
remind you.
You are breaking up, Squeeze. So what?
I'm breaking up?
Yeah, so what we'll do is I'll remind everybody that if you leave your questions right now on Facebook, we're going to go to Social Media Queen, our Social Media Queen, Kim, who is in our social media room, and we're going to finish up with your immigration questions on our second round of rapid fire. Let's find our Social Media Queen, Kim, and let's see if we can reconnect with our king, Squeeze in Jamaica. I'm just the guy who I have no King Squeeze, Social Media Queen, and maybe I'm the court jester. I don't know who I am. But I will be answering your immigration questions. What do we got?
Mitzi on Facebook would like to know, my son came here with me. He's over 21. I am eligible to apply for citizenship after 3 years. Is my son eligible also, or does he have to wait the full 5?
How old is the son now?
He's over 21.
He has to wait the full 5. Hello, Squeeze! Welcome back! Hello! Yes, he has to wait till he has to wait until 5 years.
Okay. Veda on Facebook would like to know, my sister was deported 10 years ago. I think it was a drug charge. Can she return to the U.S.?
I think if it was a drug charge, the answer is no. But we would have to double check it. But I would say the survey says
no.
Drug charges you can't read.
Kitty would like to know, she was the one who had previously asked the question.
What's her name?
Kitty.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
No, you said something else with a T? Is that what you thought? Is that what you thought?
That would be such a terrible name.
Yes. Kitty with a T. That would have been very G-rated of you. That if Social Media Queen goes, Kitty with a T would like to know.
my PG sensibilities would be offended.
Very good, yes. All right. Okay.
What does Kitty have to say?
Yes.
She
wants to be. Kitty would like to be abreast of this situation.
You guys are terrible.
Right. Kitty would like to be abreast of this situation. Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
She had previously asked a question about what happens if your spouse withdraws the paperwork when they're filing for you.
Right. And I said.
She said that.
Okay. And the answer was nothing you can do unless you were emotionally abused or physically abused. And now her follow-up question is?
She's found out when she went to the embassy for the interview. The interviewer said that if he withdraws his statement, then they will reconsider. Is that true? Is that possible?
What is the statement? Did he write that this was a business marriage?
I'm a little bit,
she needs a consultation now because it depends what he put in his statement. If he wrote, by the way, Kitty paid me to marry her, she's never getting a green card for the rest of her life. I don't know what's in this statement.
Man, you gotta find out.
Yeah, because people get very vindictive. I'm not saying Kitty paid him. I'm just saying people get very vindictive and say things that aren't true.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Lisa Brown wants to know, I applied for my visa twice and have gotten denied. What should I do?
Call us. You don't have enough ties to your home country. Let's see if we can develop more things that you can present to the embassy. Right. When I say develop or present, that doesn't mean we make stuff up, but maybe you're missing something. But you got to show you have enough ties to your home country to get the visa that whatever you're coming to America to do, you plan on returning home.
Got it. Tamika would like to know, I applied for my U.S. visa about 4 times, got turned down, and I've applied for the Canadian one once and got turned down as well. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me what you think causes that? I visited the USA once on a work program and have not overstayed.
Yeah, they don't believe that you're coming here to visit and go home. They believe you're coming here to work and live. Both Canada and the United States believe that.
And the U.S. believes it 4 times.
Correct. And Canada believed it once.
Once.
Right. We have about 30 seconds. Let's finish up.
Okay, I've got 2 more questions we're going to plow through. Princess would like to know, does the religious program still work for someone who's overstayed?
If they're 245I or have a provisional waiver, yes.
Usila would like to know, my father's a U.S. citizen, but I'm staying over here. Can he file papers for me?
Yes, but you may need, again, 245I or provisional waiver, but the answer is yes, he can.
Okay. I'm going to sneak one more in. Bubakar would like to know, is it possible to have a status change after being in an order of supervision for more than 10 years?
An order of, well, no, we would need to find out what this order of supervision is. You obviously have some sort of deportation order against you, so that would have to be reopened first.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Squeeze.
That's it.
Thank you.
We have done it again.
Thank you to the Buddhas behind you. They were wonderful. Social media queen, thank you. King Squeeze, thank you. I'm just the court jester here on the Brad and Squeeze show until 12 o'clock. We'll see you then.
The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?